Hey, what's going on? I decided to do a quick YouTube video of this car I'm getting ready to sell, right? So when I'm putting it in drive and everything, there's a clunk. Going back and forth from park to drive, there's a clunk. So what was wrong was motor mount. Rubber was all busted. In fact, this just slides out. It's not supposed to do that. You see how it's all ripped there? It's all torn up. All right, it's gonna be a weird video for people who like to get right to it. So I jacked the car up. This is the old one. I jacked the car up. Let's see. And this is the mount I'm talking about. This is a 2006 Nissan Altima. Right there, that motor mount. Boom, that's how it's positioned. This is the old one, that is the new one. I'm gonna install it backwards. I've already put the new one on. There's a bolt here. There's one right there. What is that? It's a 14, two 14s. Then you have an underside. I'll explain why this one looks. This is a different bolt. It's a 14 millimeter. It's a 14 millimeter, but now it's 17 because I had to get new strong ones because I had to. Anyway, long story, the thing was stripped. It was a nightmare. It took 2 days to get that off. Well, really, it took a day. This one is, you can get to it from underneath. All you have to do is get under it, stick a extension right up there, and it's very easy to get to. Then these two right on top. Those two right there. Okay. Boom, boom. 13s. And it comes off unless you strip that one like I did. Okay. It is supported. The motor is supported by the other motor mounts, only this one. So when you take this one off, you don't really need to support the engine. Okay. Now, if you were to take the others off, you'd have to support the engine, but this one, you don't really necessarily need to. So I happen to have a very long extension. Like, it's super long. Let's see if I can get you. All right. Here it is right there. Can you see the nut? You see the nut way up there? So it's easy. Just lay up under it and you can get to it. Okay. So I've torqued these back down already. I've tried it. I've gone in and shifted the transmission and it doesn't move. It doesn't make that clunk. So yeah, I was successful in doing this. So I've already torqued it in. It's in. It's ready to go. So I'm gonna show you how to put it back together. These bolts, very old. So be sure to put some WD-40 or whatever, some lubricant to break, some rust lubricant to break that off, man, because that was terrible for me. All right, putting it back together. This plate I moved out of the way because it was in my way when I was using my Dremel. This is what the computer or fuse box, whatever, bolts to. So it's very easy. Put it in place. You can see, put your nuts in, put your bolts in. Very easy. Okay, I put this bracket on that holds the fuse box. Let me back out. This bracket holds the fuse box. This bracket here is held on by this bolt on top of the mount, and that's what the coolant reservoir bolts to. So to put this back, there's a little piece right there. Just slide that on. It clicks on right there, that little click. And right there's a little nut. That's it. This just slides out of the way. So when you're going into it to take it off, you just loosen that bolt, that nut on that bolt, and then push your finger in that little clip, slide this out of the way. It's gonna always keep getting in your way, but you can't really disconnect it fully. So just push it up out your way. This bracket here, you just move that out the way. And again, taking the motor mount off is just 4 bolts. Pretty easy. All right, so got that on, blah, blah, blah. All right, so put the cap on, tighten the nut onto that bolt. It's easy, just put the cap on, so it's easy, it's in place. Just move the reservoir back. Ta-da. Reservoir goes here and on that bracket right there. So easy peasy, right? Easy stuff.